Houston Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm excited to be in the studio today with Don Sumners. He is the Harris County tax assessor collector, has been for a few years now, and he is a CPA and a real estate broker, which goes hand in hand when you're collecting property taxes. And so we're glad to have you in the studio today.
Glad to be here.
So first of all, I want to talk about the difference between the appraisal district and the tax office, because a lot of people think it's all in one, and it actually is separated. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, the state has created two separate entities. One is the Harris County Appraisal District, whose responsibility is to find all the properties and to value those properties for the purpose of taxation. So they come up with an appraised value. They also collect all of the exemptions and other information from the taxing units and create what they call an appraisal roll, which actually has the taxable value on it as well as the appraised values, and provide that to the taxing jurisdictions like me, the Harris County Tax Office, where we collect for about 65 different jurisdictions. We create a tax roll, which is used to prepare the bills, and the bills are mailed out generally in October or November, and the collection cycle starts then through January 31st when those taxes become delinquent.
So pretty soon we're going to start seeing those in the mail. Everybody looks forward to those, right?
Yes, we've ended this year's cycle, and we're about to begin on this next year's cycle.
And I read online that y'all collected about $4 billion in property taxes last year. Is that accurate? That's a lot.
That's accurate. Yes, it's approaching $5 billion actually.
Wow.
As we add different jurisdictions, we now collect for about 65 different taxing units. And
how does the tax office protect us as homeowners and as taxpayers?
Well, we act as of course, the collector. We have a large customer service department which takes inquiries about the taxes, tax bills, what taxes are due, and as a member of the Harris County Appraisal District Board, I also receive complaints or comments about the appraisal district.
Well, in the appraisal district, I mean, they are getting the frontline customer who's upset about their tax bill being so high. But, you know, it's funny because the flip side of that is when people like me go to sell their house, they think it's a gold mine. You know, so.
Yes, I get a lot of inquiries about the appraised value. Is that going to be taken into account when I sell my house? And of course, the appraised value for taxation purposes and the sales price for the house are really very independent of each other.
Absolutely. And so you are really making sure that the appraisals are fair and equal. Is that right?
Yes, we really don't deal with the arrival, of the dollar amount, but we do deal with trying to make sure that the customers are handled fairly and that they understand the process. There's so many people that really don't understand the process.
And you handle other departments as well, as far as the auto registration and voter registration. Do you want to talk about those a little bit?
Yes, that's correct. I am the voter registrar for Harris County, which is quite a job in itself. We receive the voter applications and provide the county clerk with the voter roll, which they then use for the elections. And the keeping up with that is quite complicated, and we actually act as the agent for the state there. The Secretary of State is actually responsible for the statewide voter roll.
And I would think right before November, y'all are going to get hit really hard with a lot of applications.
We do. In the 08 race for president, we received 150,000 applications in the last month.
Oh, my goodness. So really, people need to start getting those in now.
Yes, please do.
Start preparing.
Register now.
Yeah.
And you'll get it faster, and we'll have a lot easier time when the election comes.
And there are forms online that they can just download and print and send in, correct?
Yes, you can download a form from either the Secretary of State or the Harris County Tax Office, and fill it out and send it in. It'll come to us if you use our website, or you can send it to the Secretary of State if you use theirs. Really, either place. Then we'll get you registered and send you your voter certificate so that you'll be ready for the November elections.
Yeah, so we definitely encourage you, if you're not a registered voter, go ahead and print that out and get it sent in, because we know that your office is going to be bombarded at the last minute with the upcoming elections. So what are some of the options for taxpayers, when they get that bill in October? I know usually you have a couple months to pay it before you get incur any additional charges. So I'd like for you to talk about that a little bit, and also what the ways that people can pay their property taxes.
The bills don't actually become delinquent until February 1. So you do have quite a period of time there to pay those taxes. We have taxpayers that pay them like the next day, and I've always been surprised by that because I always thought, pay it at the end.
Keep your money and earn interest on it as long as you can.
Of course, there's no interest today, but so I guess a lot of people are paying early just to get rid of the problem. But you can pay by cash, the old-fashioned way. You can pay by check, which the old-fashioned way. You can pay online by credit card or e-check, and we take all the major credit cards. So there is a fee, though, for paying by credit card of 2.1%. So if you can pay without using your credit card, it's very beneficial to save that interest charge.
Yeah, and I find that the e-checks are such a great user-friendly way to go. You don't have to worry about mailing anything, but it just deducts right out of your checking account.
That's right. Yes, it's very convenient.
So for homeowners that may be getting behind on their property taxes, if they're delinquent, what are their options? What should they do?
Well, pay whatever you can. We take partial payments. Years ago, most of the jurisdictions made you pay in full or you couldn't pay at all, but just about all the taxing jurisdictions take partial payments now. So that greatly reduces the amount of penalty that you might have to incur if you can pay anything. Before June 30th, you can come to our office and work out an installment agreement with us. It doesn't stop the running of interest or penalty, but it does give you through October to pay your taxes. And the great benefit of that is that they're not turned over to the collection attorney during that period of time. Because if they're turned over to the collection attorney, then there's an automatic 23% extra penalty.
Wow, that's quite a penalty.
On July 1. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's a humdinger, as I say. Yeah.
And how long is the process before you actually start, going after them? Because if you don't pay your property taxes, your property can be taken away from you.
Yes.
So
you'll get your first collection notice in July.
Okay.
There is a series of collection letters that run on through the year, but probably by December of this year, if you're delinquent now, you will actually begin to receive notices that your property could be put up for sale.
So that's a pretty quick process.
Yes, that process is getting to be more rapid than it's been in the past because the collection attorneys have been in the process now for many years. So most of the old taxes are already collected, and so they go after the current year taxes pretty quickly.
Okay. Well, good. Some good consumer information. And, if you haven't registered to vote, again, we definitely recommend that you go ahead and get that form and get it sent in before the presidential elections. We are going to be right back, and we'll talk a little bit more with Don Sumners about some additional things that have to do with property taxes.